Welcome to my YouTube channel to listen a beautiful animal kingdom story for free. Please like and subscribe my channel for more videos and press the bell icon to never miss an update. Let's get started. The story begins. The heart of the jungle. The sun filtered through the dense canopy of emerald leaves, painting golden patches on the jungle floor. Kiva, a sleek young jaguar with a curious gleam in her amber eyes, crouched low in the underbrush. She had been stalking a butterfly, its wings shimmered with hues of blue and green, when her mother's voice interrupted her concentration. Kiva, her mother called softly, "Come here." Reluctantly, Kiva let the butterfly flutter away. She padded back to the clearing where her mother lay, her spotted coat blending perfectly with the dappled sunlight. "There's something you need to hear," her mother said, her tone unusually serious. Kiva tilted her head, her ears perking up. "What is it, Mama?" "Paco the parrot brought news from the far side of the jungle," her mother replied. "Humans have been spotted near the river. They're cutting trees and making strange noises. It's not safe anymore." Kiva felt a pang of worry. She had heard stories about humans, tall, strange creatures who carried sticks that roared like thunder. They rarely ventured into the depths of the jungle, but when they did, they left destruction in their wake. "Will they come here?" Kiva asked, her voice barely a whisper. Her mother nuzzled her gently. "We don't know yet. But you must be careful, my little one. The jungle is changing, and we must be ready." That night, as the jungle buzzed with the sounds of crickets and frogs, Kiva lay awake under the stars. She couldn't shake the feeling that something big was about to come. The heart of the jungle continued. The next morning, as the mist clung to the jungle like a soft veil, Kiva decided to visit Paco, the parrot who always seemed to know more than anyone else. She found him perched on a high branch of an ancient kapok tree, preening his brilliant red and green feathers. "Paco," Kiva called, her voice carrying through the thick air. The parrot looked down, one eye squinting. "Ah, young Kiva. What brings you here so early? Trouble sleeping?" Kiva climbed the tree with ease, her sharp claws gripping the bark. "Mama said you brought news about humans. What's really happening?" Paco let out a low whistle and ruffled his feathers. "It's worse than I thought. The humans aren't just cutting trees, they're building something. A camp, maybe. And they've brought machines, loud ones that roar and belch smoke. They're not stopping anytime soon." Kiva's stomach churned. "But, why? What do they want?" "Who knows what humans want?" Paco said, fluttering his wings in irritation. "But the jungle is in danger. I overheard some howler monkeys saying the sounds are coming from near the old river trail. If they keep going, they'll reach the heart of the jungle." "The heart of the jungle?" Kiva echoed. Paco nodded solemnly. "The heart of the jungle is more than a place, it's what keeps the jungle alive. It's said to hold the spirit of every creature that calls this place home." "If the humans find it," Paco trailed off, his usual chatter replaced by a grim silence. Kiva's claws dug into the bark. "We can't let that happen. Someone has to stop them." "Easier said than done, young one," Paco replied. "But if you're serious, you'll need help. And I know just the ones to call." By midday, Kiva had gathered a small group of companions. First was Tico, a nimble and mischievous capuchin monkey who swung down from the trees with an acrobatic flourish. "I'm in," Tico declared, grinning from ear to ear. "I've always wanted to see this heart of the jungle. Besides, humans are no match for my speed and cleverness." Next was Leela, a timid deer with wide, nervous eyes. She hesitated at first, her slender legs trembling, but Kiva's determination inspired her. "If the jungle is in danger, I want to help," Leela said softly. "Even if I'm scared." Last was Hanu, an ancient tortoise who moved with deliberate slowness but carried centuries of wisdom. "The jungle's balance is fragile," Hanu said, his voice deep and measured. "If what Paco says is true, we must act. But we must also be careful. Rushing in without a plan could do more harm than good." The group set off, following the sounds of distant machines that seemed to hum and growl like angry beasts. Their journey was fraught with challenges from the start. As they approached the river, they encountered a wide stretch of mud that gleamed treacherously in the sunlight. "We'll sink if we try to cross," Leela said, stepping back nervously. "Not if we use the vines," Tycho said, already scampering up a nearby tree. "Follow me." He swung across effortlessly, his tail coiling around branches like a rope. Kiva followed, her powerful legs propelling her from branch to branch. Leela hesitated, but with some encouragement from Hanu, she leapt and made it safely across. When it was Hanu's turn, the group had to work together, tying vines to a branch to create a makeshift sling. Slowly but surely, they hauled the tortoise across the muddy expanse. "Teamwork," Hanu said with a faint smile as he touched solid ground again. "It's the only way we'll succeed." That night, the group rested beneath a sprawling banyan tree. The air was filled with the calls of nocturnal creatures, but a strange stillness seemed to settle over their small camp. "I've been thinking about what Paco said," Leela whispered. "What if the heart of the jungle isn't real? What if we're risking everything for a legend?" Kiva looked up at the stars through the canopy. "Maybe it's just a legend. But even if it is, we can't let the humans destroy our home. The jungle is worth fighting for, whether the heart is real or not." Her words seemed to reassure the group, and one by one, they drifted off to sleep. By dawn, they reached the edge of a dense thicket, where the jungle seemed to grow darker and more mysterious. It was here they encountered their next challenge, a massive python coiled around a tree, its golden eyes gleaming. "Who dares enter my domain?" the python hissed, its voice low and menacing. "We mean no harm," Kiva said, stepping forward. "We're trying to save the jungle from humans." The python uncoiled slightly, its gaze narrowing. "Humans are a danger, yes. But so are fools who wander where they don't belong. Why should I let you pass?" Hanu spoke up, his voice calm and steady. "Because if the humans succeed, there will be no jungle left for any of us, including you." The python considered this for a long moment before slithering aside. "Very well. But beware, the path ahead is not for the faint of heart." As they ventured deeper into the jungle, the group began to notice strange markings on the trees, symbols carved into the bark, as if left by an ancient hand. "What do they mean?" Leela asked, her voice tinged with awe. Hanu studied the markings closely. "They're warnings," he said. "We're getting close to the heart of the but danger lies ahead." The jungle grew denser as the group pressed on. The sunlight barely pierced the canopy, and the air felt heavy with anticipation. Every step brought a new sound, an owl's distant hoot, the rustling of unseen creatures, and, faintly, the unnatural hum of human machines growing louder. As they approached a narrow gorge, the ground trembled beneath their feet. Tycho darted ahead, only to stop abruptly. "What is it?" Kiva asked, padding up behind him. Tycho pointed to a deep crevice that split the earth before them. A rickety rope bridge stretched across, its wooden planks warped and rotting. "This doesn't look safe," Leela said, stepping back nervously. "We have no choice," Kiva replied, her gaze fixed on the bridge. The markings lead across. One by one, they crossed. Tycho went first, his nimble movements barely disturbing the swaying bridge. Kiva followed, her paws carefully testing each plank. Leela hesitated, trembling as the bridge creaked beneath her. "Steady, Leela," Hanu called from behind. "You are almost there." But as Leela took another step, a plank snapped under her hoof. She cried out, slipping sideways. Kiva lunged, gripping Leela's scruff with her teeth and pulling her back to safety. "Thank you," Leela whispered, her legs shaking as they reached solid ground. Hanu came last, his slow steps testing the bridge resilience. It groaned under his weight, but he crossed without incident. On the other side of the gorge, the group found themselves in a clearing dominated by an enormous stone altar covered in vines. Symbols similar to the ones on the trees were etched into its surface, glowing faintly in the dim light. "What is this place?" Tycho asked, hopping onto the altar to get a closer look. Hanu studied the markings with a furrowed brow. "This is a gateway. It's said that only those who are pure of heart can pass beyond this point." "Pure of heart?" Tycho scoffed. "What does that even mean?" As if in answer, The air around the altar shimmered, and a deep voice echoed through the clearing. Who dares seek the heart of the jungle? The group froze as an enormous tiger stepped into the clearing. His coat was a fiery orange, his stripes as black as midnight, and his eyes burned with an ancient wisdom. I am Rakan, guardian of the heart, the tiger said, his voice a low rumble. Only those who prove their worth may enter. Kiva stepped forward, her tail lashing nervously. We mean no harm, Rakan. We've come to protect the heart from humans who threaten the jungle. Rakan's gaze swept over the group. Bravery is not enough, he said. You must face the trials to prove your strength, wisdom, and unity. Only then will you be worthy to stand before the heart. The first trial tested their strength. Rakan led them to a rushing river, where a massive log lay partially submerged. Move the log to the other side, Rakan commanded. Together, the group pushed, pulled, and struggled against the river's current. Tico climbed onto the log, using his agility to guide it, while Kiva used her powerful jaws to drag it forward. Leela unsteadied the log from the sides, their combined efforts finally dislodging it. You have passed the first trial, Rakan said, his tone neutral. But the second will not be so simple. The second trial tested their wisdom. Rakan led them to a circle of stones, each marked with a different symbol. These symbols represent the balance of the jungle, he said. You must arrange them in the correct order. The group huddled together, examining the stones. Hanu recognized the symbols as representations of water, earth, air, and fire. We must place them in the order of their importance to the jungle, Hanu said. Water first, as it sustains all life. Then earth, which provides shelter. Air follows, for breathing, and fire last, for its power to renew. They worked together to arrange the stones, and when the last one was placed, the symbols glowed brightly. You have passed the second trial, Rakan said, a hint of approval in his voice. Now comes the final test. The final trial tested their unity. Rakan led them to a dark cave, its entrance obscured by thick vines. Inside this cave lies your greatest fear, Rakan said. You must face it together, or fail alone. The group hesitated, but Kiva stepped forward. We're ready, she said, her voice steady despite the fluttering in her chest. Inside the cave, the darkness was absolute. The air was thick and cold, and strange whispers echoed around them. Kiva saw visions of her mother calling for help, trapped by humans. Leela trembled as shadows of predators closed in around her. Tico froze as images of a burning jungle filled his mind, and even Hanu's ancient heart raced as he saw the earth crumbling beneath him. Remember, we are not alone, Kiva said, her voice cutting through the illusions. We have each other. They joined paws, hooves, and claws, their unity dispelling the visions. The cave grew brighter, and they emerged into the light, stronger than before. Rakan waited for them outside, his expression unreadable. You have proven yourselves, he said finally. You are worthy to protect the heart of the jungle. The ground beneath them trembled, and the jungle seemed to come alive. Trees parted, revealing a hidden glade bathed in golden light. At its center was a massive tree, its roots stretching deep into the earth and its branches reaching toward the heavens. This is the heart of the jungle, Rakan said. Its power sustains all life here. Guard it well. As the group stood before the heart, a new determination filled them. They knew their journey wasn't over, the humans were still out there. But together, they would protect the jungle and its sacred heart. And so, the young jaguar, the mischievous monkey, the timid deer, and the wise tortoise became the jungle's greatest defenders, their bond unbreakable and their courage unmatched. So this is the end of a beautiful Animal Kingdom story. Hope you like it. We will meet in the next video. Stay tuned.